2 years have passed since the second generation CX-5 was released, and yet, it's still the nicest looking compact SUV out there. Let's take a closer look at the entire range of the Mazda CX-5. A long hood, short rear deck design has been a Mazda signature proportion, and it works extremely well with the CX-5. It's arguably even better looking than some premium SUVs. And I think it even shares many similar proportions to the Maserati Levante. All but the base variant gets these sharp looking LED daytime running lights and LED taillights. There's also a nice pair of 19-inch alloy wheels. As with most Mazdas, the exterior is at its best when dressed with the signature solid crystal paint. The interior simply oozes luxury and quality. I mean, just look at it. It'll take a lot of effort for you to find an ounce of cheap brittle plastic. In most places, it even shames a lot of entry-level premium SUVs. Car manufacturers, take note. This is what an interior should feel like. All the buttons and switches feel crisp and well damped. Analog gauges with a crisp color TFT LCD multi-information display provide a spendy and upmarket look. And this complements well with the color head-up display. The MZD Connect infotainment system is still one of my favorite infotainment systems out there, since I heavily prefer using a rotary knob controller than being dependent on a touchscreen. Unfortunately, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is not available. On the upside, the 10-speaker Bose sound system will more than satisfy most people. Rear seat space isn't class-leading, but it's spacious enough for most people's needs. In terms of amenities, you get a plethora of bottle holders, rear aircon vents, as well as USB ports inside the center armrest. The CX-5 also has a 506-liter trunk, which is in the upper end of the class. Only this top-trim 2.2 all-wheel drive diesel gets a power liftgate. Under the hood of the CX-5 are 3 engine choices across 3 variants. The range kicks off with a 2.0-liter Skyactiv petrol engine, which generates these numbers. The mid-range 2.5-liter Skyactiv petrol engine generates these numbers. Lastly, the range-topping Skyactiv 2.2-liter diesel engine produces these potent numbers. All variants utilize a 6-speed automatic, while all-wheel drive is standard on all but the base variant. Now for the Mazda CX-5, you have 3 engine choices across 3 variants. There are 2 petrol engines and 1 diesel engine. So for the petrol engine, you have a 2-liter and a 2.5-liter. And for the diesel, you have a 2.2-liter diesel engine, which is the peak or the top of the range. Now if you want the best of both worlds, which is power and fuel economy, you'd want to pick the diesel engine. If you get the 2.5, it's a bit okay, it's around sakto lang. But if you go for the 2.0-liter engine, it's I really suggest you get the 2.5-liter or, as much as possible, this 2.2-liter diesel engine, which we have right here. There's plenty of punch with this engine, which means that if you want to overtake someone, or a couple of cars pa nga actually, in a 2-lane road, it's actually very easy. There's a lot of pull in the low and the mid RPM ranges, unlike most diesel engines where all the pull are concentrated on the lower RPM ranges. It's really powerful and really fast. Now if you miss the Subaru Forester XT with its supercharged 2.0-liter boxer engine, I highly recommend you get this car instead if you want a lot more power, but at the same time, you still have class-leading fuel economy because of, well, it's a diesel. I'm currently doing 12.2 kilometers per liter, which is really, really good. Well, a Honda CR-V under my hands was about 14 to 15 kilometers per liter. But again, the amount of power this car has and the amount of torque and pulling power this car has over its competitors, it's a compromise I'm willing to accept. Also, in terms of refinement, this diesel engine is actually, for me at least, one of the most quiet and one of the most refined I've ever experienced, even compared to the TDI diesel engines from the Volkswagen Group. It's really that good. The relentless power is backed by a chassis that's willing to dance accordingly. Granted, the electric power steering wheel could use more feedback, but it's still the more responsive and dynamic one among its peers. Chuck the CX-5 into a corner, and it responds in an agile manner that no other SUV in its class can compare.
Ride feel, well, it may be on the firm side, but it's actually nothing too uncomfortable for this kind of vehicle. But as a trade-off for that firm suspension, I swear to God, I haven't had this much fun in a crossover with this much power and this much torque to play with.
Pricing for the Mazda CX-5 starts at a little under 1.7 million pesos, which gets you this 2.0 front-wheel drive Pro variant. For that price, you get automatic LED headlights, 17-inch alloy wheels, rain-sensing wipers, passive entry with push-button start, power folding mirrors, auto-dimming rearview mirror, leather interior, electronically adjustable driver's seat, dual-zone climate control, the MZD Connect infotainment system, reverse camera, as well as cruise control. This mid-level 2.5 all-wheel drive Sport will be enough for most people's needs. And this gets you adaptive LED headlights, LED taillights, 19-inch alloy wheels, front and rear parking sensors, electronic adjustment for the front passenger seat, a color heads-up display, a 10-speaker Bose sound system, a sunroof, as well as blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert. Lastly, this range-topping 2.2 all-wheel drive diesel adds a power liftgate, lane departure warning, and lane keeping assist. The Mazda CX-5 ain't cheap, but with its premium aspirations, it's a car that satisfies the emotional wants in a way that no other SUV at its price point can match. And as of this writing, Mazda is offering a host of discounts for its popular compact SUV. Plus with its 3-year free maintenance program, it's a deal that will ease the expenses when it comes to running costs.